I didn't think I was going to cry before I even talked. You have to think about Blake Tim. When he was applying for the job at Pacific University so many years ago, the funny part about it was that there was another candidate for that job. I actually was the other candidate for that job. I think Blake had a little inroad because he was a graduate there. So first off, I'd like to thank the Ike Pearson Committee. I consider this the Hall of Fame. We don't get an opportunity to have a whole lot of accolades because of the job that we do. Our accolades are the ones that we see on our student athletes, on our coaches, and on our teams. There are 40 guys now that have won this award, and I know a lot of them are here. And for me to be amongst those people is something that I never thought would be fathomable. And even standing up here right now, I can't believe it. I'd like to thank Mark and the staff from Libris for helping put this thing on. Can we give them one more good round of applause? Before I get started, and I'm probably going to lose it right now, we as a group here lost a great SID this year in Pat Moore. And as I stand up here and accept this award, there's a lot of me that wish that it was Pat that was up here. For what he did at Madonna University, what he did as an SID to help the NAIA is off the charts. And I know we're all going to miss him. And so I want to dedicate this to Pat's memory, and hopefully somehow, some way down the road that Pat can also share in an Ike Pearson Award. When I got into this business back in 1995, how many people in here started, high school, college in 2000? I mean, I know there's a lot of guys. Okay. For the guys in the back, I see Paul Madison back there. I remember faxing everything. Carbon paper for volleyball stats. When you had to send out a release, you typed it out, you put it in an envelope, you put a stamp on it, and 2 or 3 days later it got to the TV station. I mean, that was what I learned in 1995. In the Northwest, we had Paul Madison, we had Bob Guptill. Both were honored at the special reception today. They were my mentors. Nick Dawson at Pacific Lutheran, and he's bounced around a couple different places. He's the guy who got me into this business. He saw me as a wild child at Pacific Lutheran, and he said, "You've got a good voice, maybe you could do PA." He tried to corner me when I was sitting there trying to call a ball game with a fifth of Jack Daniels in the center field, and the umpires are coming out telling us to stop. He said, "I don't know if you're ever going to be able to figure things out." And now he sent me a note today and he said, "You figured it out, Mike." I honestly thank Marty Holly at the College of Idaho for giving a chance for a 20-something-year-old to step into a job that, frankly, everybody in America would like. College of Idaho is in a special place. We've got Boise State in the same realm, but we have our own special niche. And the relationships over the last 15 years that I've been able to make with the folks there in the Treasure Valley, we get probably as much coverage as any NAIA school can. And I'm thankful for the media there to be able to do so. In my time in the Cascade Conference, we've had 33 SIDs either come and go. A few are still there. I have to honestly think, oh, I guess that's like Nick Askew, Northwest Christian, he's here today. Seth Dolly from Corbin, he's here today. Or I should say from Eastern Oregon's here today. Danny Day from Corbin's here today. Jason Dormeyer from Concordia University, he's here today. Barry Henderson from Gonzaga, he was a longtime SID at Eastern Oregon. He's here today. My little brother Travis Ray's here today. And having Paul Madison here today and Tim here today, it means the world to me. Chris Thompson's here today from the WAC. He knows what it's like to be an SID at Evergreen. Now imagine this, playing a tennis match at Evergreen on 420. Just imagine, and it didn't happen. But above all is my family. My son PJ is 8 years old. And for the longest time, I was gone so much, whether it be broadcasting games, whether it was in my office, that a lot of times he's sitting there looking, where's Dad? And that's the problem we have in this business sometimes, is that we don't have that work-life balance. I'm the guy who will work 100 hours because I want that call image. And in hearing a lot of things yesterday, and a lot of things today really is affecting my life. Luckily for PJ that he's had a great group of role models around him. When you work in college athletics like all of us do, we've got so many student athletes, we've got so many coaches that are the greatest role models that there are. I worked in minor league baseball for 13 years, and somebody said today that we need to play Go Cubs Go when I come up here. My son calls Chris Bryant, Rookie of the Year last year, his friend. It's those kind of role models that are so huge. But above all, my wife Liza is my rock. For those of you who are married, you have to go on the road, you know that your significant other is a single parent. Now imagine being a single parent for 8 straight years. When you're gone for 8 days, 10 days, 12 days. And she holds it together. She's given up a lot of her life so that I can follow the dreams that I need to. She's been by my side, and she's been pushing my butt, and it's pretty big, around this convention center for the last 2 days. I'm so thankful for what she's been able to do for me. I love you, babe. Lastly, we all have the best job in this world. We get paid to talk about and write about athletics. If any of us have an opportunity to leave, there's a waiting list right behind us to try to get into that job because everybody wants to have that job that we do. We're blessed to be able to do so. The hours are long. The time commitment's off the charts. But the satisfaction that we get when something goes great for our kids at our institution, there's nothing like it. Cherish the jobs that you have. Cherish your teams. Cherish your families. Thanks everybody again. And let's have a great rest of this CoSIDA convention.